Hey Eastford Middle School students, this is Mrs. Reynolds and we're going to go over some review on finding percents. Alright, we're going to start with using percents with proportions. So if you're trying to find what percent of 40 is 6. Remember that you're going to use a proportion, which is two fractions that are equal to each other. The percent is what's missing, so that's going to be x over 100, because a percent is always out of 100. We just don't know what that percent is. We just know that it is out of 100. The number that usually comes after the word of is the whole part, which is the denominator of the second fraction, and whatever usually comes after the word is the part, which is the numerator of the second fraction. And that actually makes sense because we're trying to find out what percent of this larger number is this smaller number. So 6 is the part out of 40. So now to solve a proportion, you have to cross multiply. So 40 times x is equal to 40x, and 100 times 6 is equal to 600. And to solve for x, you would divide both sides by 40, and you get x equals 15. Okay, so that's how to solve if the percent is what's missing. So the solution would be 15%. Now, go back and see if that makes sense. Does it make sense that 15% of 40 is 6? Well, we know that 10% of 40 would be 4, so 15% being 6 would make sense. So your answer is reasonable. So therefore it's probably correct. You could test it by doing 40 times 0.15, and let's see, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 4 is 20, 0 as placeholder, 4006, adding these together. And we move the decimal point over 2 places and we get 6. So we did check our answer and it is correct. Okay, what if the part is missing? For example, what number is 15% of 40? Now we already know the answer because we just did it, but using the same numbers, but we're going to do it again to set up the proportion. So now we know what the percent is, so we can put 15 on top over 100 because all percents are out of 100. And the number that comes after the of, we said, is usually the whole, and that goes in the denominator. So the piece, or the part of the whole, is what's missing. So now when we cross multiply, we get 100x is equal to 15 times 40, which is 006. Divide by 100, and 600 divided by 100 is equal to 6. So what is 15, or what number is 15% of 40? That number would be 6.